You got your new MacBook.
Hey, people. You gotta come in the camera. Or let me sit back a little bit. What's up, people? We are on today. Today is a national holiday. It is a holiday people should be let out of school for, all that good stuff. People shouldn't have to work. They shouldn't have to do anything. Today is my birthday, people. I am 25 years old, and I am happy about it. I'm 25 for the 21st time in my life. You guys should say happy birthday to me. Just everybody say happy birthday. It's
Can you
okay.
put the comments up?
Oh, I gotta put the comments up. Oh,
Hi, G. Hi, Bella, Crystal, Leah, L. Cooper.
hey everyone. Hi guys. While you guys are on here early, we appreciate it.
We're having birthday ice cream.
Birthday ice cream. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. What you do this weekend, Izzy?
What did I do?
What do we do this weekend?
Same thing you did.
What do we do this
We
weekend?
celebrated your birthday.
We went to my birthday party. Woo!
Your birthday party. Yeah, that party was pretty good. We had almost 4 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we had all 6, 5. We had all of 4 and half of 3.
It's
But
supposed to be birthday sex. Did you get birthday sex?
did I get birthday sex? Okay, I have a confession to make. I'm gonna confess this openly, and then we're gonna go on our topic. Everyone, I am sorry. I was in retirement, but I came out of retirement in a very, very, very bad way. I'm not going to give numbers or tell details. I'm just going to say my tongue is sore.
That's why I brought your ice cream, friend.
Thank you.
See, I know what to get you for your birthday.
Thank you. And she bought me strawberry too.
He needed ice cream to soothe his tongue. Enough joking. I had to make a light a little bit, but it's like a heavy topic today. Sexual assault in the lifestyle. Sexual assault in life, period.
There you go.
Sexual assault in life, period. So unnecessary. There's so many people giving it up for free. Like, really, all you gotta do is ask.
Well, and I'm glad you opened up by saying that. And this is one of those days that I'm going to be less jokey and more professional. And we want to define some things and help a lot of people understand why sexual assault happens. And I want to talk about victim shaming, victim blaming. We want to talk about all that stuff because that's very, very prevalent in these type of environments. We did a show like this about 2 years ago, and so many of you that are on here, I appreciate all of you saying happy birthday. Thank you so much. We did a show like this about 2 years ago, and so many of you that are on here today shared with us your personal stories, and it is unfortunate that so many women and men have gone through sexual assaults as adults and as minors. So one of the first things that I want to say about sexual assault is that sexual assault isn't about, for most of the people who are doing that sexual assault, it has nothing to do with the sex itself. It's about the power. It's about the control. Predators get off on the power and they get off on the control. So we have a tendency to say, like Izzy, and she's like, well, like our party Saturday, everybody was cool. We were consenting adults and everybody was fine. But it's not about the freedom of being able to get it. It's about partially the challenge, and it's about the control that they have over the person. That's really what sexual assault was about. So maybe if we start there, we can dispel some myths about why it happens. And one of the myths that a lot of people say is, well, she was promiscuous and she was this and she was dressed like she wanted it and she was asking for it. No one is ever asking for it. No means no. Every single time. If you're in the middle of having sex with someone and they say stop, that means stop. Period. End of story. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this thing.
Like, even if they said yes, they can still turn around and say no.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right? And let's talk about the yes, right?
Talk about the yes.
Because you have to know that the person's in the right mind state to give consent. Right? And I work in the developmentally disabled field. And a lot of my guys, before they have sex, they have to go through a psyche eval to prove that they could give consent, that they know what they're consenting to.
I agree with that.
And it's a sucky process, but it protects the person, right? Because just because you have body parts doesn't mean that you always know what you're getting yourself into in terms of the process of it, right? And the consequences of it, that you know what happens, procreation and all that stuff, right? And then, diseases, you can understand having safe sex, right? No consensual sex, knowing that sex should be pleasurable for you and you're not just being used as an object for somebody else. All right, so they have to go through this whole psyche eval to prove they could give consent, right? And when we're in a lot of these parties, consent is tricky because people are drinking, people are up late night, tired, they drugging, right? So me personally, I don't like playing with nobody that's too drunk. First of all, I love girls, but I hate sloppy girls. Sloppy girls is a turnoff to me. If I see a girl is too sloppy, I don't want to fuck with them.
Can I put a pause right there though?
Mm-hmm.
So legally, morally, and ethically,
Mm-hmm.
it is wrong to have sex with someone who is inebriated.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who is inebriated is not in their right mind. I told you guys tonight I'm not playing games. We're not going to sugarcoat anything. Someone who is inebriated, drunk, high, whatever, they are not in their right mind.
Nope.
So their yes is not a yes.
No.
And let me tell you what happens to you legally.
It's very risky.
Let me tell you what happens to you legally. Let's just say you have sex with someone who Friday night at 12 midnight, they said yes. They wake up on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and are screaming that they don't know how they got into that bedroom and they don't know who you are. They told you yes, but because they were inebriated, they could not give legal consent. And guess what? You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Period. End of story. That is the law. That's the law. There's no way around it. Yes, that person said yes. Yes, that person gave you their verbal consent. But they were mentally incapable, psychologically and mentally incapable of giving you a firm yes at that moment. So guess what? You are going to be in trouble. End of story. Now, if both of you are inebriated, whether this is fair or not, if it's a man and a woman and you were both inebriated, sir, you are still probably going to go to jail. So the rule of thumb should be, if someone is, a little tipsy, okay. But if somebody's sloppy, you got to almost carry them to the bedroom and all that kind of stuff. Walk away.
Put them to sleep. Put them to sleep. Let them relax and wake up. Sleep it off. And if that person still feels the same about you, they'll still feel the same about you when they're sober.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah. So
you don't need alcohol to have sex. And that's another thing at the parties, ladies and gentlemen. This goes for both of us. I drink because I like to drink. But I don't drink because I need to drink to fuck. Why would you want someone drunk? Niggas be goofy. Yes.
Well, Mel, I got to tell you, once again, I said this earlier. Sexual is sometimes, and let me say this too. And I'm going to tread lightly when I say this. There are gentlemen and there are women and gentlemen who do not understand what sexual assault is, and they do not understand the intoxication ramifications. And I'll tell you what I mean. if we're both at a party and we're both drinking, a gentleman may not be so quick to say, I'm not going to have sex with that person. Because we're both drinking, we're both kind of intoxicated. Legally, it's still sexual assault, but in the particular, I'm treading lightly, in a particular circumstance, they were both, do not call them. Well, the reason why I'm saying gentlemen at this point, because listen, guys, most of us on here have all been drunk at parties, at some of these parties, if you drink or high, right? And we've all made decisions that we probably regretted and did not. And, it was like, I'm not going to do that again, blaming on the alcohol. So it puts certain people in a tough situation when it's like, oh, she woke up and he touched me and I didn't know. It's not, that guy would have probably never thought of sexually assaulting a person in his life. It's not on your radar. You would never do it.
Thing too, because a lot of guys do things and they don't even know that is sexual assault.
That's what I'm saying. They're not aware.
Like they don't even think they're doing anything wrong. It's so normal to them, right? Like, oh, I'm just drunk and I'm just having a good time and we're both just drinking and stuff like that. And they're not even like guys, you have to protect yourself too, because maybe the person was intoxicated and and they were into you
on my shirt.
And they were into you. And
why don't nobody on here tell me I have a stain on my shirt? Y'all not right. Okay, go back. I'm sorry.
So the person may be intoxicated. You guys may be having a great night, and they may be into you, and the vibe may be popping and everything. And then the person wakes up the next day like, I don't remember what happened. I didn't mean to say yes to that. Like, so you gotta kind of protect yourself too. Like, if you're with a woman that's not normal and these dudes are not normal, but what I'm saying is it could be a normal situation where we hanging out and vibing and drinking and the person had too much and then they wake up in the morning and then it's like, oh, I don't remember consenting to this. I could forget that I said yes. I could be so drunk and this never happened to me because when I say yes, I mean it. But yeah, it could be that we was chilling and I said yes at the moment. Now tomorrow I wake up and I didn't even know I said yes to you. Right? Now if I feel like it and I go to the police, you're the one who's getting in trouble.
Melanie, to answer your question, yes, women can,
absolutely are sexually assaulted.
Sexual assault has nothing to do with gender. Sexual assault is this: once a person, male or female, says no and you keep on going, you have sexually assaulted that person. End of story. That's it. Period. Now, the reason why a lot of men don't, and I want to touch on this too, a lot of men don't report it because it's embarrassing to report that I've been sexually assaulted by a woman. It's embarrassing. It's like you're taking a little bit of their manhood away, all that stuff. So it's
more taboo for a man to come out because they feel like they're going to be humiliated,
or they feel like it's not going to be believed,
or they're not going to it's not going to be believed.
But
definitely women need to ask for consent as well. As Tanya saying, any unwanted sexual contact is considered abuse or harassment. The thing is, people's minds change for many reasons. Like they just had a crazy session and need to take a break. They changed their mind when they saw you in person. So for whatever reason, they say no. Just
they changed their mind when they saw you in person. Dude, those was filters. I'm not touching you now. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Go ahead. Oh, you didn't poke me. I'm surprised. I thought I was gonna get poked for that one.
No, because I kind of agree. Some people using all these filters when they take pictures, and then when you see them in person, and they're looking at you, smiling like, "Hey," and I'm looking at them like, "Who are you?" Yeah. And you don't remember me? I'm the person from Instagram and Facebook. We talk all the time. I'm like, you don't look like that in your pictures.
That recently happened. I'm not saying no names. Somebody walked up to me. It's like, "Hey, I'm such and such." I was like, "Who are you?" They're like, "I'm such and such." I was like, "Really? Ew." Sorry, I said ill. I certainly said what I said. It's not.
You said ill in front of the person.
I did. I'm glad none of y'all were there because I know I would have got. I was like, ew.
Damn.
Because they look so bad. It was like, why catfish if you know I'm going to see you in person? It's like, what the hell? You think I'm just going to play the...
Well, guys, I'm on this live today. No makeup on.
I told her to keep on what she had on.
I did moisturize my skin, though. My skin is glowing. But
Good
this
job,
is what
Lisa.
I look like.
No.
That was a good one, Jonathan. I could use a good facial.
Yeah, well. Filters are the devil. Yes, Bella.
Filters,
We bind them up
I
in
mean,
the name of Jesus.
sometimes if you're having a bad day or something, you're not feeling your best, maybe a filter, right? But every picture doesn't have to have a filter, ladies and gentlemen. Every picture doesn't have to have a filter. Some people won't post a picture unless it's a filter, but here's the thing. Now you showing everybody your representative online. Every picture you look one way, and then when I see you in person, you don't look like your picture.
Wait, sidebar, and then we're going to go back to being serious. Does CJ just call me Grandpa?
Abuelo is grandpa.
You know what? Somebody banned her from the group. Anyway, but listen.
Where's the producer in my drink? It's still your birthday. Some people need filters. Bella, no, they don't. I need to see the real you. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't.
I'm 46. Thank you very much. Well, listen, let me get back to this thing with sexual assault. Because it happens. And I want to say this too. We get such a bad rap in the LS world. But I put out a post earlier. I don't believe that there is a sudden epidemic of people being sexually assaulted in the LS world. This is not an LS problem, people. This is a life problem. Because let's look at the church. Let's look at your job. Let's look at the family. I just saw somebody say something about the military. Listen, people are not sexually assaulted because they're in environments where it's more promiscuous, or you know, we're having more sex. People are sexually assaulted because people have no morals. The person doing a sexual assault has no morals. They don't care, and we need to understand that. So I saw a lot of posts that say, "Well, that's why I stopped going to parties," or "That's why I don't do this." And that, it's not an LS problem, people.
Baby Blue says, so not saying that demolishing, just curious, is what happened, a proven fact, or just an allegation at this point?
Well, I'm going to say this. I wasn't talking about a very specific situation. Everybody on here knows we'll address that. But that is a very, very good point, because we do know of gentlemen who have served a lot of time in jail only to find out that they were innocent. So we do have to be very careful as group owners and leaders about readily putting information out until we have all the facts. Did I say that right? Did I say I wasn't trying to victim blame or say they were lying?
We're not victim blaming or victim shaming.
Right.
Right. Here's the thing, right? Don't put yourself in a situation where a person could lie on you. And what I mean by that is...
The gentleman, yes.
Gentlemen and ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If the person is too drunk, leave them alone.
Yeah. Because
now you're putting yourself in a position of, all right, this person could be saying yes right now, but tomorrow they'll be like, oh, they didn't mean the yes. And you know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden it's an assault, right? Maybe if somebody in certain situations, maybe you shouldn't be in a room by yourself with a certain person.
Yes.
Because there might be some temptation. It's your word against their word, right? Those kind of things happen. So like on both ends, I don't think that women should lie, or anyone should lie about being sexually assaulted. Right? That's fucked up. But we can't victim blame or shame either. You know what I'm saying? So we have to take every story seriously until we find out that it's not serious, that it's not true.
Well, so education is important for a couple of reasons. Like I said earlier, there are some guys who would never ever think about it's not in them to sexually assault somebody, and they don't realize that having sex with someone who is drunk or inebriated is actually a sexual assault.
They don't legally understand the ramifications that they're getting themselves into. Morally, they stupid, because morally, if I see a person is fucked up and they sleeping and stuff like that, unless I have consent, Cause I be telling my nigga, I don't mind if you slide up at me when I'm asleep, but that's my man.
No, but I'm not talking
you know what I'm
about
saying?
that.
It's different.
No. In that situation, and we'll address that in a second.
I gave him forever consent.
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about if somebody is alive, if somebody is awake. And like I said, if you have to walk a girl to the room and she's sloppy, or a guy sloppy,
no, let them sleep it off. Let them sleep it off. You could play with them next time.
Mm-hmm.
You could play with, if it's meant to happen, it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we were about to play, but you was twisted, so I put you to bed. Good morning. How you feeling today? And maybe the next day you could get some sober poom, and it could be even better, like, because the person knows what they're doing.
And I would even say, listen, this is going to extreme because you have to protect yourself. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you have to carry somebody back to the room because they're so drunk, I would even say put your damn camera phone on, because that person might wake up and not know what happened. Listen, you have to protect yourself at all costs. You have to protect yourself at all costs.
Don't put yourself in a situation, right? We do not play or barely engage people who are sloppy, drunk, slurring types. Are you trying to? It's not sexy. There was one lady who was walking around drunk, and I'm like, Miss, you need water. And I had to remind her, keep it sexy.
Yeah.
Keep it sexy, guys. We are still professionals. We have careers. We come outside to unwind and have a good time. A good time. It does not include your face in the toilet. I don't find that fun. If my face is in the toilet, if I can't walk straight, if somebody got to carry me, that's not fun to me.
Yeah.
Keep it fun. And I don't want to babysit nobody that's like that either. Mm-hmm. So if you come out with me, you got one time to come out with me and do that.
That's it. Yeah.
After that, I am not bringing you out with me anymore.
But can we talk about the friends too that allow their friends to be sexually assaulted? And I'll tell you what I mean. If you are with your girlfriend, or if you're with your, with the dudes, you're with your homie, and you see that dude is not together, or if you see that girl is so sloppy that she can't give consent, as her friend, you should grab her and be like, no.
There's girl code. I know when I used to go out with my girlfriends. I mean, I'm not single anymore. And normally now in the lifestyle world, I go out with friends who have couples, their husbands. So there's always guys with us. I really ever go out like just girls anymore. It's weird, right? But when I used to go out for girls' nights,
you can come right over here. Thank you.
When we used to go out for girls' nights, there's rules. Like, you don't leave your friend alone, right? I see girls in the bathroom throwing up, and I'm like, where's your friends at? Oh, my friends are out there. I'm like, really? Like, and now I'm here with a stranger buying her water and holding her hair back while she's vomiting. Now I'm looking for her friends. You don't leave your friends.
You don't.
If we going out and you meet somebody, and this is in the vanilla world or lifestyle world, right? Listen, I'm going to be with this person. I keep my location on my phone. My kids have my location. Sometimes I've given you my location. When I was first going to see Lisa's, right?
I always knew. He didn't even know.
I was like, I'm going to see this guy. I don't know the fuck I'm going. You have my location. Lola have my location.
She's like, I just pulled up in front of his house.
Yeah. I'm driving up there now. I want to make a U-turn. I'm so nervous. Right?
Like, let me know. I'll be there to pick you up if I have to.
But you tell people where you're going, and some friends won't let you help, etc. Then those are friends who are not responsible. And then I don't want to hang out with you no more. Because if you're going to get sloppy when you out with me, and you're not going to let me help you, we can't chill, right? You got to have a little level of responsibility. Let's talk about safety and what to do, not what they're doing wrong. Well, those are things about safety, Zuri, because if I'm going out with my friends, it's my duty to keep an eye out on myself and my friends. That's for safety. Right? For safety reasons. I'm not going to dip off and not tell nobody where I'm going for safety reasons. Right? And these are just things to do to kind of try to prevent some situations. Now, that's not to say that sometimes you could do everything right and there still be an asshole that takes advantage. You could do absolutely everything perfect. You could take all the safety precautions, and it still might be an asshole.
Yeah.
That may take advantage, or they may overpower, or they may, do whatever. At the very least, drop the pin if you're going to a party by yourself. Even if you know the people hosting, yeah, man. Like,
so you know what? Let me tell you something. With my son, when he started going to college, I sat down and I had a long conversation with him about what to do, what not to do at parties. Even as a man, I was like, son, don't go by yourself. And I said, son, if somebody starts doing something crazy, I said, you need to walk out the room. You leave the whole entire party.
Because you don't know what's going to implicate. You could be implicated by association.
It has happened many times. You could be
implicated just because you're there and it happened. And you may not even know that it happened, that it's happening, but because you were there, you allowed it to. Now you allowed it to happen. Right. My daughter was going to a college party and she came to the house. I think it was for Halloween or something. And I was like, hold up, wait. And then I gave her a sippy cup with a lid. She's like, what's this for? I said, you put your drinks in here. Keep your cup covered. Right. I'm like, if you're going to party, like people slip Mickeys. And I'm like, damn, my daughter's at this age where she's now going out on her own and doing stuff. And I'm nervous. It's like, I got to give her little tips. So ladies, the sippy cups with the lids help. So nobody slips you a Mickey. Right.
Or guys, listen, we've always seen these videos, and women are talking about it more and more because I guess they're bold, where they put something, a group of sexy women get together. They put something in the dude's drink and they straight up rob him.
Rob your ass.
They straight rob you.
What think Cardi B said she used to be that?
Cardi B is open about saying
she used to do that, right? At the same time, people need to be aware of their consumption limit.
Yes.
And indulge appropriately, not to the point of no return by yourself. Yeah, absolutely.
Can I say something?
How, as a host, can we continue to make spaces safe?
Before we do that, and you may have already said this, your safety is your own responsibility. At the end of the day, you are a grown, mature person. Again, I'm not saying if something happens to you, it was your fault. But you, before you walk into a party, before you walk out the door, you have to make sure you put as many precautions in place to ensure, and I know this is what you all were talking about, to ensure that you will be safe. Drop that pin, share your location, tell people where you're going. Listen, know where you're going. So a lot of times we drive places and we're like, oh Lord, I don't know where I'm going. Listen, have that fucking trip mapped out before you get there. Know where everything is on the way. I know I sound like an old man, an old dad, right? But these are things that you need to do to be safe. Know who's going to be at the party.
Here's the true fact, though. When you're doing a party, right? There's always a way that somebody could slip in and not. There's always a bad apple that could slip in, right? It could be somebody that you know for years, and this day they might slip up and do some dumb shit.
Well,
right?
Can I tell you the majority of people who are assaulted are not assaulted by strangers.
Correct. There's somebody that you know.
There's somebody that you know and someone that you trust.
Close to you, right? It's usually someone that you trust.
Hold on, we got to practice at looking at the camera. We're trying to look at the television.
Oh yeah, so you see me looking up because I'm looking at the comments. Cautiousness is important, but nothing is as important as being a predator. Yeah, I mean, sometimes no matter how cautious you can be, there's still predators out there that could go around all your precautions, right? It's a tricky thing because it's really no one's fault but the predator who did it.
It's no one's fault but the predator.
It's the predator who did it. It's not the victim's fault.
It's not
the host's fault, right? We do a pretty good job at knowing who we invite and who buys tickets and looking at the names and stuff like that, right? But every now and then you get a slip. Somebody slips.
Can we go back to Zura's question? So, how much of this falls on the responsibility of the host? It falls on the. Here's where the host is responsible. We are responsible for providing a safe environment. Now, at having security in place, doing as much vetting as possible. Now, I wrote a post earlier and I said this, listen, we're not the CIA. We're not the FBI. I don't care what people say. We're not taking social security numbers. We're not doing background checks. unless your group or anybody else's group is different from every other group, we're not going that deep into vetting. So we have to protect, the host has to protect as a community. That means if you know that there are hosts out, if you know that there's somebody out there, don't keep it to yourself. Don't just share it with your circle. I don't care. Blast the internet. Get that name out there so know.
That we all ban them, right? Because this person had the specific person that
now we can talk about it.
More people are talking about has been banned from other events, but I never knew.
I didn't know.
I never knew that he was banned from other events. Trudy says, I realized that if I overdrink, it's because I wasn't that comfortable at the party. I kept drinking till I was comfortable. Blackout drunk, wasn't far behind. I was not always safe. Predators were on deck. I learned my lesson the hard way, unfortunately. Thank you for sharing that, Trudy. Sometimes we do learn lessons the hard way. So that's why I want to reiterate to people, if you need to drink to feel comfortable at the party, that's not your party. I drink because I like to drink and I like to have fun. And, that's why I drink. I don't drink because I need to warm up to be comfortable at the party. I don't drink so that I could fuck this person. If I fuck you, I'm going to fuck you when I'm sober. I'm going to fuck you when I'm feeling nice. I'm going to fuck you because I want to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And alcohol doesn't play a part. Half the time I get so drunk. When I do get real drunk, I just want to go to sleep. I don't even want to fuck. Like, I just want to go to sleep.
So can I say something to Just Call Me Eve? I think that's Erica. I think I know who that is.
Vetting.
So she said vetting is there we go. Vetting helps with having events. I get it. Selling tickets is a thing now, but also knowing who is in attendance is important. So I have mixed feelings about that. Vetting is always a thing. However, when you start getting to the level of you're selling 300 tickets, it's hard. Can I be real? And it's going to sound horrible, but it's hard to do that. Like our event that we had this weekend, at the end of the day, we had 200 people show up to the event, and we vetted people and we put stuff out, and yet some people still slip through the cracks. Even in non-Ella situation and vanilla situations, people slip through the cracks.
People slip through the cracks all the time. So CJ said something that I like what she said. She said, we need to look out for each other. Mm-hmm. The security starts with each other. Mm-hmm. I go out with my specific group of friends because I feel safe around these people. Lola mentioned before she don't play about her friends. I've been going out with Lola for years. And when I go out with her husband is our husband. When I don't have my partner with me, that's my security. We
were talking about that.
Right? When I'm with you and Teresa, you're ours for the night. Like, you're my security, We definitely look out for each other. She said, we don't know someone well or something's doesn't look right. The brief time I was single, I mentioned how I had never been to an LS event by myself, and female members immediately messaged me saying they'll go with me and stay by my side so that I wouldn't be alone. See, that's a big thing, right? We have to protect each other. If I see my friend is talking to somebody, I'm going to give them the look.
Yep.
Like, you good?
Yep.
You all right over there? Yep. Even if I see them smiling, because they can just be smiling to be nice. Mm-hmm. Right? And I'll say it in front of the person. I don't care if I offend the person. I'll apologize after. I'll be like, my bad, that's my friend. I just had to make sure she was good. And then I go about my business. I'm here if you need me, right? When I go out, I'm watching my friends. Yeah. I'm watching the people that are around there. That statement needs to be publicized. Doc, Izzy, what'd I say?
I don't know what you said.
I don't know. I'll be saying stuff. It is widely accepted to drink to get comfortable at a party. That's a terrible practice. Yeah, you do not drink to be comfortable at a party. Drink to have fun and to because you drink because you like to drink, but don't and control how you drink. I don't need to drink more to get more comfortable.
Yeah. But and I would even say this, especially men, and you have to do it carefully. Like I
like this one.
Well, hold on. I can't tell you the number of people that I have walked up to who I didn't even know, but because I saw that they were not okay, I'm like, are you okay? And they're like, oh, I was like, no, you sit right there. I'm gonna go get you water. And I go run and get somebody. I don't even know water.
I get water for people all the time.
We have to be a community that helps one another.
If I see somebody drunk, and I'm a girl's girl. If I go in the, usually in the girls' bathroom, the girls in the corner somewhere. If I look and I see a female there, I don't even need to know her. I'm gonna get her water. I'm gonna help her find her friends. I'm gonna curse her friends out for leaving her alone, right? Like, especially like with younger girls, because I remember when I was young and I used to go out, and now I have a young daughter that goes out, who's a young adult, and goes out and is like, oh my God, so we have to protect each other. And guys, like my guy friends will see me talking to somebody, Jonathan, and walk up to me, yo, is it you good? Who's this?
I will interrupt the conversation.
Who is this? Who's this person? And I say it in front of you. Who's this person? Who you talking to? And when you be like, all right, Izzy, I'm good. All right, boo, I'm right here. Let me know if you need me.
And I'm still keeping my eye out.
Right, and I'm still watching. So it's up to us to not police each other, but protect each other. Baby Blue says people can't even vet their boyfriend or girlfriends. How can you vet multiple strangers? It's really hard. You just never know who has that in them, right? I mean, priests are predators. Doctors and lawyers are predators. Teachers are predators. People that you're supposed to feel safe around. Family members, aunts, uncles, grandfathers, grandmothers. They're predators too. You just never know who you're encountering, right? There just are some bad people in the world. So for future parties, what we will say is we're going to crack down on the bracelets. And if you don't have a room, you're going to have to leave at a certain time. And you're going to have to stay on your own floor after a certain time. Who let him into her room? Like she wasn't sleeping. Zuri, some of those questions is not for the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Simply because there's a lot of, and we
want to protect people's privacy and respect, let them heal, right? So some of those questions are not for the podcast. Not that I'm trying to ignore you or anything. It's just we could have this conversation. Hit my phone. Cece, this was my first hotel party and was super nervous. Shout out to Lola, Max, and Doc Izzy for constantly checking on me, and Max for checking people. Some people were super disrespectful, but you guys made me feel safe. Who was disrespectful?
And you know what? Let me say this too. I appreciate, because everyone knows. I'm going to say it. I'm at the point where I'm going to talk about the exacts of it. We all know that someone was sexually assaulted, and if you don't know, they were sexually assaulted Saturday after the party ended. And we, like I said in my statement, we don't condone it. The person who did the assault,
Lola says is good.
But before you put that up, don't put that up yet. The person we know, we called it. The authorities have been called. I spoke to the person who was sexually assaulted. She is a part of our family. We know who she is. She is doing as well as can be expected. And she is great. And she actually said that she's looking forward to coming to another party. But she's one that we all love, and whatever. But I am very, very disappointed that this happened. I'm very angry that this happened. And every other word that you can possibly think of, with me trying to hold back tears, not just because it happened at a Discreet Friends party. I tell you, I can care less about Discreet Friends right now. I can care less about publicity. I can care less about the brand. The only thing I care about is that there was somebody who was assaulted. I don't care if it happened at a Zuri party, at a Lola party. I don't care. Somebody was assaulted. Fuck the brand. Fuck Discreet Friends right now. Somebody was assaulted, and it should not have happened. Period. End of story.
And if you ever at our events and somebody looks weird or they're being a creep or something, come and tell us so we could nip it in the bud quick.
Yeah, and I will say something like nothing like this has ever happened at one of our parties. We've had a good whatever.
Shout out to Lola from Lola Entertainment. I said this in the post earlier. Hosting takes a lot of work. We can't control everything and everyone or what happens. We try our best, but things happen. Someone said, why don't we have security? Well, security can't be in someone's rooms. This could have happened to any host, period. So no blaming here.
Yeah.
That's a fact. It could have happened to anybody. That's the person liable is the person who did it.
Yep. Period of the story.
That's the person who's responsible.
Yep.
Melanie Joy, I experienced it too, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Tanya, that you experienced a disrespectful type. I wish you would have told us. Right? You see something, say something, says Summer. Right? Let's keep each other abreast. Well, we take care of each other. Like the people in this group, so many people in this group that I genuinely love.
Yeah, we hang out outside of parties.
You know what I'm saying? Everything we do is not a party. Tanya, I've cooked. You've cooked for me. I've eaten dinner on your table. Like, I love you. If somebody's making you uncomfortable, please let us know at the, right then and there. Don't wait till the event is over, because then we can't do nothing about it. And
we also, and that goes back to what we were saying earlier. If you don't tell us, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know not to let a certain person back in, because even after we vetted somebody, and I will say this, the people that I find that are the ones who do this the most are the people that we actually know sometimes. And I got to tell you this, I have not been to one party. I'm not defending discreet friends. I'm just saying I've not been to one party where I've not heard somebody say I was disrespected, or the men were too aggressive, or the women did. It happens. Unfortunately, it happens. But if you don't tell us, if you don't tell the host, if I don't walk up to Zori, I'm just not saying you, Zori, because I see your name. If I see something, and if I don't walk up to Zori and say, so Zori, that dude is acting crazy, Zori will never know. I can after the party, I can't go online and be like, Zori's parties was this. No, you can't do that. And I appreciate the many of you who have hit me up, and I'm sure Doc has gotten hit up too about how safe they felt, and with our parties and things of that nature. But for those of you who have had problems, tell us immediately so we know.
Shout out to Lola Bunny, our other admin in our group. She's another person that you could reach out to during an event. If you feel something's weird, let her know, let me know, let Jonathan know, let Max know, let Teresa know. If Sir Lises is there with me, tell Sir Lises. Like, we'll handle it. We care about our people. We want everyone to feel safe. We're a community. We're a family. Like, listen, we are a family. We're a tribe, and we take care of each other, and we have each other back. And if you hurt one of us, you hurt all of us. If one of my girls are hurting, I'm crying for all the girls. And I'm fighting for all the girls. So at the end of the day, if anybody makes you feel the slightest bit of discomfort at any of our events, come and tell us at that moment. You don't even have to confront the person.
Yeah.
Just tell us. Quietly, come whisper in my ear, text me, send me a DM. I usually have my phone nearby.
But can I say this though? I hear what Doc is saying, and this is one of the few times that I will say this. Get one of the men. Get one of the men.
Well, if you tell me,
yeah, but
I'm gonna get one of the men.
Yeah, but come all the men in our group. I can name me, Max. Lisa's, he's always at our parties, and he might not handle it, Max might not handle it, but they gonna come and tell me. They're gonna be like, yo, John, you need to take care of this, whatever. Although if you tell Max, it's whatever, but tell somebody that's on the team, tell one of the men, come get us immediately. If you can't find a security or whatever, tell us, and it gets handled immediately. Period. End of story. I have no problems kicking people out the group. I mean,
Lola, Jose,
or whoever.
Tell us so that we could get that person out, and then we could put them on blast so that they don't get to come back to any event.
Thank you very much.
She feels taken care of. We love you, boo. Mm-hmm. I say this all the time. If you see me at an event, come to me. Let me know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Some men do not treat women in the LS respectfully because they do not respect us. Some just go to get laid. Trudy's post.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Some just go to get laid and will be in other circles talking about us horribly, especially the women who play hard. Mm-hmm. There is lots of judgment. Well, this is why the mentality of the lifestyle is important, right? This is why meet and greets are important. We don't just do sex parties. We have meet and greet events
Mm-hmm.
where we can meet people and build a rapport with people, right? And if your kink is a one night stand or whatever, and you go to parties and that's what you want to do, then at the end of the day, we don't even care about those people that talk bad about us.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Because we're doing what we're doing and that's it. Especially the women who play hard, there's a lot of judgment. Listen, if you playing hard, don't worry about being judged.
Do you
And just have fun. Their opinions don't matter.
Go back to what Crystal said. Chrissy, all the way down.
I've had guys. I've had guys wait till Ronnie step away and touch me inappropriately, immediately deal with it, and then get Ron as well.
Well, first of all,
I'm sorry about that, Chrissy.
First of all, I'm more scared of Chrissy than I am Ronnie. No pun intended. But y'all mess with Chrissy, she is. I ain't messing with you, girl. But no,
hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. Hey, what's up, man? He's the owner of Caligula.
We can only control what we can control. This is not on promoters or club owners. No one will ever condone someone getting sexually assaulted. And when it comes to betting, we do the best we can. Many times people see a single male being too aggressive, but don't tell us until something major happens. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, there are bad seeds who ruin it for the other 95% of us who are respectful and kind. That was well said, Jimmy. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. I love me some Jimmy and some Caligula and Temptations. Thank you for providing that space for us, and I've always felt safe in those spaces.
And you know what's very interesting? I did something for the first time this party that I've never done. We actually printed out the rules.
And we never gave it out, right?
Yeah. Huh?
Did we give it out?
Yeah. No. Listen. When we checked you in, people actually read the rules and had to sign them in because I'm one. You know, I just felt it necessary to do that. Something in my spirit said do that, and when everybody had to sign off on the rules and blah blah blah. So it's not even that people didn't know the rules. I'm telling you, when people have an intent to do something like that, it's very little that can be done. And I don't care. I hate to say it like this, but it's true. When somebody's in the room and they do that to someone in a room or a private space, there's nothing that security is not there.
Security is not in the rooms, right?
That's why
Max says,
go ahead.
Seeing so many after the fact mention that this person is no good frustrates me because I'm like, how come there was no warning prior when said individuals are at the event? I agree with you, Max.
And that's what we talked about earlier.
I never knew this person was to be a predator or anything like that. But if other promoters knew that, they should have told us that too, just as a community to protect all of our people. Right, because if you knew this person was a bad seed, then tell us that's a bad seed.
And here we go. When you talk about it,
don't be like, "Oh, I do that," and then after the fact, now you tell.
No, I wasn't going to say that. When you talk about it, tell us the whole thing. Don't sugarcoat it. Because if you walk up to me and say, you know, I had an issue with Ryan and we were arguing, I'm going to view that as a personal issue that you had. I said the man's name. I'm sorry. I'm going to view that as a personal issue that you had with the person. No, say this person is a sexual predator. Don't say, oh man, you know, he was a little bit too aggressive, so blah, blah, blah. No, this person is a sexual predator. This person, he has problems every part. No, be candid. Don't sugarcoat it. Tell it to us. Let us know. Go ahead.
Maybe people don't speak up because they are not taken seriously and seen as stirring the pot. It takes something like this for someone to really speak up and be taken seriously. Tanya, that may be true for other circles, but in our circle, that's not. Yeah. That's not the case because we care about everybody. We're gonna take I'm gonna personally take everything seriously and handle that, especially for you, Tanya. Stop playing.
She's another one I'm scared of. Nobody. Mm-mm.
If you come and tell me something, I'm going to bat. If more men respected us dating within the LS, will happen more often.
But I want to say this too. Again, this is not just a male issue. This is a female issue.
Yes.
You know, the female side of it may not go as far.
Some of women in LS are very, very, very straightforward and upfront.
Well, I can deal with you being straightforward and upfront, but they won't take no for an answer.
Very aggressive.
They will not. I mean, I can't, just this weekend, and I'll say it. There was people just this weekend who were doing stuff that they had no business doing, and try to do stuff with me, and damn, they locked me in rooms. I'm like,
Damn.
And I didn't even know them.
What?
Now the male side of me was like, yeah, but the other side of me was like, I'm telling you no. Why are you trying to convince me? And I'm not talking about people I know. I'm talking about people I don't know. I've told you no. So let me go. Women are crazy aggressive, and you guys get a pass sometimes for being aggressive, and it's unfair.
No pass. Some party securities will come and shine a flashlight in the face like you good. It could blow the mood, but hey, I prefer that to the latter. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shoot from the hip first and now apologize later.
Yeah. I'd rather my friend be mad at me that I messed up her good time or his good time than be mad at me because something bad happened.
I heard feedback that there was a whole situation of women being aggressive and rude and
That's
disrespectful. Oh, rude as fuck. Rude F. And disrespectful. Women are very aggressive too. Very, very much. They love some Jonathan.
Yeah.
I heard a woman try to touch one of my boyfriend's hands without consent. Like, sis, back up. Oh shit, Lola buddy, you got a boyfriend?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but like I said, here's the thing, and this is how we're going to kind of end this one today. Sexual assault is simply not okay on any level. No means no.
Period.
No means no.
And if the person is not in their right mind to give consent, then maybe that's not a person you should play with that night.
Right.
That night, I will give that person a pass. Listen, I like you. You got a vibe. I'm going to fuck you when you're sober. Hit me another day. Or maybe I'll catch you at the next event. Right? Just like all money is not good money, every pussy or every dick is not good either.
Let me say this. And this is one of the times that I will speak up for discreet friends. Listen, for me, it's not about the money. This party costs $40 a person. If I was trying to make a whole bunch of money on this party, I would have been charging 80, 90, 100, 125, which is really what I should have charged for this type of party. But I said, listen, we just want to make enough money. Oh, baby. We just want to make enough money to cover our expenses. We're not just letting people in for money, people. It's not what it is with us. Am I saying we don't want to make money? Of course we want to make money. Of course we do. But this was supposed to be my birthday. $40 for, I think it was $40 for women, $50 for men. And I'll be honest with you, some people were like, you know what? I can't afford it. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what? Just come anyway. I don't care. So this isn't about the money. But even if it was all about the money, guess what? No means no. Sexual assault is never okay. I don't care how you look at it. It's not okay. From a man or a woman's point of view, we don't condone it. I know every promoter on here doesn't condone it. And we already get a bad rap in the LS world from the vanilla world, thinking that this is a common thing.
It's not a common thing.
It's not a common thing.
In 10 years I've been going to events, this was the first time that this had actually happened in an event that I was present. So for me, it's a 1 out of 10 years. Once in 10 years that it's happened.
You protect him, Lola. What do you mean he just almost fell out the bed?
So your broke best friend, the baby. We have to take care of each other, protect each other, read each other's body language, give each other the look. Are you okay? Right? Give each other the look. Don't be scared to walk up to your friend when they're talking to someone else and be like, yo, you know that person? You cool?
Can I tell you something? I have walked up to female friends while they were having sex, gotten right in the face. Are you okay? I'm just that crazy with it. I'm like, are you all right? Because I know sometimes when women are not all right, they've given consent, but they're not okay. They won't say stop because they're in the moment. They're like, I'm just gonna wait for this to be over. So I've literally walked up to people and whispered in their ear while they were having sex, "You okay?" Sometimes I try to make it look sexy. Sometimes I don't, because that's just what we do. We got to be overprotective. I don't care. Just whatever. You got to end this because I'm mad now.
With that said, guys, consent is sexy.
Mhm.
And there's levels to consent. Make sure the person that's giving you consent is in the right mind to give you that consent. Because otherwise, you're taking advantage of a person who's not in the right state of mind to give consent.
Mhm.
Right? We must, by all means, we can't depend on security. We can't depend on hosts. We must take care of each other as a community and as people.
Mhm.
Right? We believe in free love. We generally love each other, right? And let's display that love for each other by protecting each other and taking care of each other and helping each other heal and get through this moment that we're going through, because we've all been affected. Jeep says there's 2 levels of consent, yes, and anything else is no.
Everything else is no. Period.
However, even some yeses are questionable. Because if the person's not in the right mind to give a proper yes, that's a no. It's a no. Don't take advantage of a person who's not in the right mind to give a yes. Also, let's not victim shame or victim blame, right? Let's be supportive to people, all people out there who's ever been through any kind of this, any of this kind of abuse.
Mhm.
My heart goes out to you guys. And we've all probably experienced it in some way, shape, or form. So let's be respectful of people's journeys and their healing process.
Mhm.
We are also adults, and we're responsible for what and how much you consume. People be consumed by emotions.
Mhm.
We are responsible for what we consume, but I'm also responsible for who I engage with. And if I see that someone else has consumed too much, then I'm responsible to not engage with that person. Right?
Yeah.
Because I have to protect me. Max says I walk the floors a lot late at night, so if in a bad situation, don't be afraid to yell and find help.
Yeah.
Lee and I, we were sitting in the hallway in our floor
Really,
till
the whole
6
night.
a.m.
Yeah.
We were in the hallway in our floor till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So
And I was
there was nobody walking through our floor.
Listen, I walked up and down the 5th and 4th, 6th floor so much my legs were dying. They were hurting.
The takeaway is consent, consent, consent. Sober consent. Keep your hands to yourself. Speak up. If something goes left, call Max. He's gonna get the shit right.
Listen, guys, let me say this, and I'm not saying this for publicity reasons, but this is one of those times I really need you guys to like and share this on YouTube. All you guys watching on Facebook, I want you to share this one, because the information that we've talked about in this really needs to go out and people really need to hear it. I promise you, I'm not saying that for promo. I'm saying it because this is one of these subjects that everyone needs to hear. Like, if you are on here and you can hit that share button, share this across the board.
And guys, just because a person is at an LS event or an LS party, that doesn't mean you have access. Okay? That does not mean you have access. Just because I'm coming, just because I got my titties out, just because my ass cheeks are hanging out,
that happens quite a bit.
Listen, these are nice for 40-year-old titties, all right? I might let my pussy air out. That doesn't mean.
This is why we like Izzy. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. My bad. Inappropriate.
That doesn't mean that it's there for you to touch. It doesn't mean that you have access. If you knew Izzy and you knew my kink is walking around naked and having everybody love me, and I could go home and play with myself if my partner's not with me.
Don't call her before 7:30 a.m.
You already know, right? I'm my own biggest fan. But Yeah, so consent is sexy, and be smart of the situation on the flip side, right? Because some people do lie and make false accusations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So prevent those situations from happening by not engaging with people who's too drunk, by maybe not being by yourself with somebody who you shouldn't be by yourself with, right? Yes, Zuri, you was in the pool by 6 a.m. That's when we went in our room. So with that said, guys, good night.
Yeah, we're not even doing advertisement. It's not about that
Have
tonight.
a good night. I'll see you guys next week. And on a lighter note, I will be at an event on Friday celebrating Leah's birthday. And so Lisa's will be performing in Brooklyn. So if you want to just hang out and meet up and have some drinks and just have a light moment, because I feel like we need to get together. I feel like we need to get together for a joyful moment. Even if it's just for some fun and games.
We'll put something up during the week. We'll figure something out.
We're gonna have something for us to get together and just meet up and just hug. I just want to hug everybody.
I want to hug everybody.
Not his kind of hugs. Real hugs.
Oh wait, I'm retired. Goodbye. I'm retired.
Bye,
I can't.
guys.